Welcome to Two Balls and a Mic, episode 56. We are here on a Monday. We're going to go ahead and go over last week's Champions League results. We had Barcelona getting absolutely destroyed by PSG, contrary to what we thought. Haaland versus Mbappe. Is that the new Ronaldo versus Messi? Loyal signed a goalkeeper. We'll find out who it was. Not me. Nope. ELP, City's way too hot. Everton beats Liverpool. West Ham, realistic expectations for Champions League. And we're also going to go ahead and go over maybe Bruno Fernandes has a chance to go into the Ballon d'Or conversation. Liga MX, Tigres over Cholos, giving them their first loss of the season. Cruz Azul and the Toluca game was an absolute comedy show. It was a good game, though. We're also going to go over in football, Carson Wentz drama. Carson Wentz has now been traded to the Indianapolis Colts. Jalen Hurts is now the official QB1. Stafford went to the Rams, so we're never really got to talk about that. Where we'll end, JJ what end up, and much more. The Miz has successfully, The Miz has successfully cashed in his Money in the Bank contract and defeated Drew McIntyre for the WWE title. Also happened. Bad Bunny is the new 24/7 champion. I like that you know that.
Of course, yes, of course. Yes, of course.
But definitely, whoa. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and get into all of that.
First off, fucking Barcelona. What the fuck did we see? We just witnessed.
I gotta.
Oh. Champions League, man. Barcelona. I actually thought they would have a chance against PSG. I guess I was fucking wrong. PSG just came in and completely dominated without Neymar, without Di Maria, and they just completely crapped on Barcelona. Mbappe was a fucking monster.
An absolute monster. He just slayed Barcelona with the hat trick. It was at the Camp Nou. You know, there was a lot of talk about like, well, this is his first time stepping on the Camp Nou, que no sé qué. It's going to be a huge game for him, and it ended up being a huge game for him, and an embarrassing loss for Barcelona. I mean, they do have a history of la remontadas against PSG. But is it going to happen again? I mean, okay, so you watched the game. What's wrong with Barcelona?
It's just, there's no chemistry, man. There's no chemistry like they used to. They're starting a lot of their young players due to the fact that they're not going to play Coutinho to avoid paying $5 million to Liverpool, which is absolutely stupid. If you're that broke, you can afford $5 million to throw to Liverpool. It's absurd. Then Barcelona, to me, is heading in a dark path. I've been saying this for a while now.
Yes.
I think they're going to go through a phase like Manchester United went after Ferguson left, and that's going to happen once Messi leaves.
Hey,
I mean, there's a video of how frustrated Piqué is.
Yeah, let's take
I think you have it, right? You have that clip?
Let's cue it up, and I believe it's around here. Let's check it out. Boom, boom, boom.
Cool. I think you have to pause the music, the Champions League music, right?
I mean, it's always a backdrop. Let's
cool.
do that.
I want people to hear what he says, man. This guy's just losing his shit. He's yelling at everyone.
Los gritos y las broncas de Piqué. Lo que no se vio. Sorry. Los gritos y las broncas de Piqué.
That's a good
Lo que no se vio de vos. ¡Me cago en la puta!
¡Me cago en la puta!
¡Que joder!
Casey!
Yeah, that's what Shakira goes home to every night.
Dude.
Vamos! So, you were telling me that this is Piqué talking to his team.
And Greasy's all tranquilo, no tranquilo, deja gritar, tranquilo.
Earlier in this clip too, like you can hear Piqué talking to Griezmann. Hey, Greasy, que buena jugada, great job, good this, like being amicable. And this is in the minute 39.
Yeah.
Bronca con Griezmann.
It kind of shows you, like, I mean, it's the conversations, the communication that teams have on the field.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I can feel Piqué's frustration. He's not the best center back, or at least the center back he used to be. But he is still from that era with Messi, that golden generation, that tiki-taka generation.
Yeah.
That play with Xavi, Iniesta, with Puyol, and all these players.
I mean, imagine.
So they're the only two left over. Imagine how frustrating it must be for them to not be able to to play that style anymore and to play what they're playing now. It must be frustrating man.
It's a completely different style, and I'll tell you one thing that's just not working for me in that team. I know you were talking about Coutinho. Dembele, man. Dembele.
He was actually the best player in that game.
I mean,
he really was.
He was the player that went forward the most, but that's the thing. He always just goes forward and doesn't consider that style of play that is known by Barcelona. It's just, I don't know. Like, he himself...
He's not the best fit for Barcelona. He's not what they paid for.
Oh, 100% no.
Especially because they passed on Mbappe the year before that, and then they ended up getting Dembele to make up for that. And, man, if Barcelona would have gotten Mbappe that year before, it would have been a completely different story for this game, for this whole conversation. I think Barca doomed themselves with their business deals. Yeah. They have made the shittiest of business deals in the last couple of years, even worse than Manchester United.
Barcelona doesn't have Bruno Fernandes.
Exactly. Dude, like, who was their best signing in the last couple of years? Frankie De Jong, probably.
Look, if I'm a regular Joe supporter of Barcelona, and I'm not talking about like people who know the team, like. If you know who Dembele is, like you're a
like an average fan. An average fan. Yeah, okay, I get you.
Like, I still can't tell you where Lenglet came from. ¿Dónde vino ese vato? I know he was around, but you should be able to tell me. You should be able to tell me.
I'm not a Barca
¿Sabes qué? Mascherano used to play in West Ham. ¿Sabes qué?
Yeah.
People like Nesta used to play in Milan.
Tell me who the fuck Pedri is. I'm like, Pedri is canterano, but I don't know much about him.
And that's
Francisco Trincao. Who the fuck is this guy?
Exactly.
Canterano. It's like, really?
And
you gotta be playing this guy?
There's quality there. Apparently Trincao came from Portugal. He's a Portuguese kid. All right. So, I mean, like, we're learning about these kids coming up and being the future of Barcelona. But that's not what Barcelona was about. It's the same thing with the Galacticos.
Here's the sad truth about Barcelona. They're not feared anymore in Europe.
At all.
And that's a problem.
Domestic.
If you're a Barcelona fan, you should be fucking worried because you should be feared.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look at this lineup. Look, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, one of the greatest goalkeepers.
Yes.
Great. Yeah, te la doy.
Sergio Dest, we know him because he's the American kid. That's why we know him.
Dest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sergio Dest, American kid.
Is he Barcelona caliber?
He's a kid. He's a kid.
Exactly.
Still.
And that's the thing. Usually, they'll make those signings, but they're not throwing him in against the Champions League like this unless there's a severe injury to a Dani Alves or like a monster player.
He's the starter.
That's a starter. You got Gerard Piqué, who's coming back, who's
your veteran center back. Center back.
Clement Lenglet,
who has been probably the solid starter the whole season since they signed him. Jordi Alba, who's also a veteran now.
Yeah.
And they should start looking for a replacement for him because he's getting old.
Same thing with Busquets. Like, Busquets is you're never supposed to see him. You're never really supposed to know where he's at.
But without Xavi and Iniesta next to him, Busquets is not the same anymore.
He's not the same anymore, and he just can't control that midfield. Older. He's getting older. Frankie de Jong. Look, I'll give you Frankie de Jong. If you had put in that Barcelona team with Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets, get somebody like Frankie de Jong, I'd be like, good. Now he's going to develop. He's going to give him a couple years. Again, here throwing him into the wolves.
Yep.
Ousmane Dembele. Injuries, not following through. Messi's just upset. Like, he's doing his job. There's no joy in his eyes.
Yeah. Griezmann, you keep playing him as a winger when he should be the solid striker.
Yeah.
Again, because you want to have Dembele on the right, because on the left he won't do anything. And then you got Pedri, who's, I mean, if you see the kid play, you're like, okay, this kid, he's for real. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you're throwing him into the Wolves against Paris Saint-Germain on a round of 16 Champions League match. That's a lot of pressure for a kid. Especially 100%. With no leadership in the team. Who's the fucking leader in that team? I mean, when you threw Messi before in the games, Messi was, I mean, obviously he was far beyond talented than everyone else, but you had leadership in the team. You had Ronaldinho having him under his wing. You had a bunch of players, veteran players. You had Henry. You had other players that were veterans already that can teach him stuff. Messi doesn't do that to other players. He's not that leader.
Everybody wanted that relationship for, like, even Ansu Fati. I know he's injured too, but like oh, that's the next Ronaldinho Messi connection. Messi's just not that guy.
They've been having players like that since Bojan.
Ooh. Ooh.
Remember Bojan?
Bojan ended up in Sunderland, algo así.
Yeah,
like,
some shit like that.
Valiendo verga.
And then look at PSG's lineup.
Mbappe, best young player in the world, arguably, best player in the world.
Yeah.
If we're talking about short list, if we'll get to it
Right
later.
now,
Right now,
he's top 5 for
top
sure.
five,
Top 5
100%.
for sure. You got Icardi, solid striker.
100%.
You got Keane, who's killing it, coming from Everton.
Killing it,
He's
doing
fucking playing
amazing in the regular league and
Yeah,
the
he's scoring
domestic
goals,
league.
man. He's scoring. He's playing great. Now you got Verratti, solid center mid for sure. Paredes, defensive mid. I mean, honestly, you should have better center mids besides Verratti on there. You got Gueye, whatever you want to call him.
Isagana Gay.
That's fine. Compared to Barcelona, not a big difference right now.
Yeah.
And then you have on your center back line, you have Marquinhos, you have who else do you have back there?
Marquinhos, who's like that's the future of your.
I don't know about future. He's already 27.
Well, I mean, compared to like Thiago Silva, he's still he's still got some years. That's the future.
And then you got Keylor Navas on goal. I mean, you're chilling with them. Kurosawa, experience. Kimpembe, young center back. Honestly, this team is not bad. They're gonna end up beating Barcelona again in the second leg. How does Barca fix this? Who the fuck knows?
I mean, they did the first part. They looked to Bartolomeo and were like,
You're fired.
And I mean, that's as much as
They
they
did
can do. That's the first step. The next step is trying to keep Messi, and I hear that from my sources. That's what the next step is. Like whoever they're going to bring in, like number one priority is keeping Messi. Like, how do you keep Messi? How do you make sure that he doesn't go to Manchester City or Imagine if they lose to PSG and he just like hops it over there.
I think you gotta keep Messi happy. You get him a striker that he wants, probably Agüero. He gets along with Agüero. And you rebuild. You start rebuilding again. Go again with the center backs. You gotta get someone in place for Piqué, someone in place for Jordi Alba. It's gonna be a tough ride for Barcelona for sure.
This is a preview of whenever Messi does go somewhere else.
Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology.
I don't know if you know what
We
this
have
is.
the capability to make the world's first bionic man.
He's already a bionic man. Anyway, that was from the $6 Million Man, a 1970s show with Steve Austin, who was the $6 million. He was essentially like a super being.
Okay, I can see that.
Android.
I can see that. But yeah, I mean, PSG absolute dominance over Barcelona. And then the second game on Tuesday, we had Liverpool over Leicester City.
Leicester?
Over Leipzig.
Yes.
RB Leipzig.
So we completely got Barcelona winning. Wrong. Who knows if it's going to happen next week? But in any case, we got this one kind of right?
You did.
I did.
I thought Leipzig would put up more of a fight. But at the end of the day, Liverpool showed out and still performed at the level that Liverpool's capable of. I mean, again, Thiago, I don't think he's fitting well with Liverpool.
He's not.
And I fucking hate to see it because Thiago is such a great fucking player. He shouldn't have left Bayern. If he would have stayed at Bayern, like Bayern right now, if you saw that final against Tigres, their midfield misses something, and it's missing Thiago. Yeah. Now you have Kimmich there, and I'd rather have Kimmich as a right back instead of Pavard, and you have Thiago there, and he's not working out with Liverpool. I'm sorry, Liverpool fans. He's not your guy. But at the end of the day, you have Salah and Mane coming in through. Your two best players in the team, and there's nothing else you can ask for. 2-0 win. I think you guys were playing away. 2 away goals. What else can you ask for?
Yeah, that's the thing too with the Barcelona game. That's 4 away goals. I mean, has to be soul crushing.
Yeah.
But as far as that goes, it was expected. At least Liverpool should be winning this game against Red Bulls. But in any case, we also had in that Wednesday Dortmund and Sevilla going head to head. I think we both picked Sevilla, or maybe even a tie. But either way, I don't know. What do you? We need to write this down.
Yeah, the thing with Dortmund is they're not playing great in the league. They're not. But Champions League, you can't rule them out. You can't rule out Haaland, who's becoming probably one of the on the road of becoming one of the greatest strikers in Champions League history.
Straight up, he has. Let's see,
I think he has 25 goals, Champions League goals already. and the dude's only 19, 20 years old. Like
8.
this season.
I know.
This season, dude.
But yeah, he's 20 years old. He was born in 2000.
Check how many
Yikes.
Cristiano Ronaldo has this season. I bet you it's not more than 8.
In Champions League?
Yeah, this season.
Champions League. Champions. He has 4.
Yeah.
Literally double Ronaldo.
Yeah, I mean,
That's insane.
Alan is just playing great soccer, man. He's killing it. He's so fucking fast.
Yeah.
He's so fast. He has a nasty left shot and a right shot. It's so impressive, dude. He's 6 feet tall. He's a monster. He's a machine, dude.
His breakthroughs, like through defense, just runs at you. He's una madresota. You can't get in the way. If you get in the way, you're going to be posterized. You're going to be dunked on. Like, he's just going to run through you. And then he has a laser shot that, I don't know, man. Like,
here's the thing, though. If they don't qualify for Champions League, because right now they're like in 6th or 7th place, does Haaland go somewhere where there's Champions League? I mean, we talked about it before. Wait, se tiene que ir, no mames.
Mbappe and Haaland on the same team.
Oh, fuck. You think PSG...
So Real Madrid.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, look, they have a hazard.
Okay, here's the thing. They don't need to go to Madrid anymore. I know there's this thing about, like, players always wanting to play in Madrid and Barcelona.
It's a dream.
That was before.
Is it,
Not
though?
anymore, dude. The dream is to... I'd rather go to, like, a freaking Manchester United or, like, a Chelsea or something and prove myself and make them win the Champions League than going to Madrid and Barcelona. I mean, PSG can pay the same thing that Madrid can. Man City can pay the same thing that Barca and Madrid can, maybe even double. So I don't think the dream is to play. I get that, but I don't think players see it that way anymore.
Look, this is why
I think soccer before used to be the passion, juega por la camisa, y todo eso. I don't think it's that anymore.
You're disappointed. Like, that hurts me, Chiva.
Because the game's changing.
You're one generation after me, and
the game is changing, man. You gotta see it that way.
I guess. And when teams like fucking again like Atalanta making it, like teams like I guess
I
Porto
love
is
that shit.
historically
I
good.
love that shit, man.
Mönchengladbach, what's Mönchengladbach doing here? Like, come on, like I don't
fucking Man U didn't advance, bro. What
replace that with Man U. A Man City versus Man U.
They were in the same group.
I know.
Leipzig over Man U. That would have been it. Liverpool, Man U.
There you go. Like replace Lazio with fucking who else didn't make it? Like it's just historic teams that just aren't making it. And
it's the way it is now, dude. I like it. You gotta give the chance. You gotta give this young smaller teams a chance. If they're proving themselves, why not? Look at Leicester City when they won the Premier League. Holy shit, that was the fucking most exciting shit
really
ever,
was.
dude.
That
was
that's
fucking great.
Not supposed to happen. But again,
I mean, dude, I think the game is changing. I think Haaland, if they don't make Champions League, he does end up leaving. He's going to leave somewhere where there's competition still with Mbappe. He can't stay out of Champions League because that competition has to happen. I can see him going to Bayern Munich eventually, replacing Lewandowski.
Struggling right now, Bayern Munich. Like,
yeah. But, I mean, at the end of the day, Haaland is going to stay as a Mr. Champions League. Maybe getting that same nickname getting it after Ronaldo's gone. Because Ronaldo right now is Mr. Champions League.
Oh, 100%. Like, he's the guy. He's
makes me go into that game. They lost 2-1 against Porto.
Tecatito. I mean, he didn't score, but Tecatito's team.
Okay, so Porto at home is like Atletico Madrid at home. They're a freaking
fortress.
Wall. Like, it's hard to score on them. Really, really difficult. That first goal, did you see it? Look, bring up a highlight. I don't know if you saw the first goal. Fucking mistake from the defenders and the goalkeeper. At the second minute. Porto versus Juve.
Porto, Juve, goal. Let's see. Let's do this.
First one, it's in the second minute, bro. Like, you have that score on you, and you can't, dude. Like, it was so dumb, bro.
I can almost see it. Let's see.
And I don't even know if you can blame the goalkeeper. You blame the defender. Who do you blame?
Let's check this out. Okay, he's passed it to the center. That's already bad. Like, nunca sales. Okay, no, that's on defender. That's on the defender. 100%. Right? But again, you're the goalkeeper. Like, this is whole like playing from behind thing that I'm not liking. I think we showed it, but like we'll go ahead and show it again. Like, This is why everybody is into this new phase of new goalkeeping. Like every goalkeeper needs to know how to play with his feet. Like, yeah,
at this
pero
point, you
reviéntala,
fucking
güey.
kick it out,
Yeah,
right?
reviéntala. Here you go. Okay, right there. You already fucked up. He
Te
has 1, 2,
cierran,
3.
grítale, te llegan 3, güey, te están cerrando, grítenle algo, ¿no?
Yeah, then look. Yeah, exactly. Te
Who
llevan,
is
te
that?
van.
That's not the lead, is it?
The league.
No, the lead's over here.
Yeah, no, he's over here. So it'd be Barzagli.
I don't even know if Barzagli still plays there.
Right.
I'll check the lineup right now.
Yeah, no, 100%. And so, yeah, this is what you don't do. You don't
I think it was
compromise.
this dumbass Demiral. Oh no, Chiellini started. I think it might have been Chiellini.
No, is it?
It was either Chiellini or Demiral.
Betancourt.
Oh, Betancourt.
Betancourt, who was a really good silver player in FIFA Ultimate Team a couple places ago when
But
he used to
dude,
be
like,
Borussia.
how do you make that mistake against a team that's solid, and then they ended up getting the second one. Luckily, Juve pulled one off, which is an away goal.
Yeah.
So at home, they just need one goal, and you have Mr. Champions League himself.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's gonna. I mean, I don't have a doubt in my mind where Juve is gonna advance in this series.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ronaldo's gonna end up scoring 1 or 2 goals, and that's all she wrote for Porto. Great competition. Because at the end of the day, Ronaldo's just gonna be Ronaldo, man.
What a beautiful stop. I didn't even see this. What a beautiful play. I'm gonna throw it up here in the middle right here.
Little highlights.
Little mini highlights. What a stop. Okay.
Which, by the way, you recognize that goalkeeper, right?
Del Porto.
Yeah.
¿Quién es?
What's his name?
What is his name?
Do you recognize him
Who
though?
are you? It looks familiar.
Marchesin. Current
Marchesin.
America player.
What?
He was the America goalkeeper.
What?
Yeah.
¿A poco?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Just literally like 2-3 years ago.
gross.
Yeah.
And now they bring in
And now he's playing
Memo
Champions
to
League.
replace him. That's crazy. But no, this is
Actually,
a great stop.
they did bring Memo to kind of like replace him because he left.
Look,
he was such a good goalkeeper.
I'm already looking at this. There's 1, 2, 3 dudes in front of you. This is a really good, almost bicycle kick. You have 3 people in front of you.
I'm sorry, but this Pepe with Ronaldo, that's just like, that's so dope.
Yeah,
Like,
versus Ronaldo. I wish he would have like spat on him or like stepped
And they're
on
both
him.
Portugal players.
Oh, playing against
Probably going
Portuguese
to play
team.
the World Cup together.
Yeah.
One last World Cup together.
Look at this extension.
That would have been a sick ass goal.
Oof, that would.
But yeah, no doubt in my mind, Ronaldo's going to step up and they're going to end up winning that second leg. 1-0 at least.
I think Tecatito had a Chilena attempt too, no? In this
I'm
game?
not sure. I'm not sure if he did.
I believe I saw Cesar H. Football rave about it.
Nice.
So yeah, so
That's what I like about Caesar, man. He always posts everything that the Mexican players do. Check him out on Twitter, guys. Cesar
top of
H.
it.
Football.
But again, let's go ahead and move it into this week. Because this week,
Yes, sir.
hay Champions. Se juega
Tuesday
la
games.
Champions.
Like you said, we have Lazio going against Manchester. You know.
Yeah.
Estás pensando en mi Man U todavía. Bayern Munich. Lazio, Bayern Munich. What to expect from this game?
So I mean, Bayern Munich lost over this last weekend. They looked like they were struggling against Tigres, a side who was inspired, but you should have been crushing. And then let's not watch the match preview. I don't care about you, ma'am. But yeah, Lazio has one of the best strikers in Europe with Ciro Immobile in that team. It's a pretty solid team. They still have Lucas Leiva in there. Pretty sure he's still playing. Let's see. And, typically their lineups right now, they have Pepe Reina. Musacchio is actually a pretty good player. They have, Lucas Leiva, Milinkovic Savic in that midfield. Lulic is also really good. Correa is a great player with that just solid Immobile up front. This was their lineup against Sampdoria. And so, it's a solid squad. Again, this might be the Atalanta of last year with
don't think so.
Immobile being the Gomez of last year. You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think
Because they're going against Bayern?
I think Munich, because he's going to really dominate. I think it'll be more like a 2-0 win, solid win for Bayern. What they're missing right now is Mueller. Mueller had I think he was COVID.
Yeah.
So he's out for probably another week. That's who they're missing. They're missing that leadership on top.
Yeah.
And again, for me, Mueller is probably without a doubt, one of the most underrated players in soccer history. The man can play anywhere, and when he was younger, he could play anywhere: winger, striker, center attacking mid, center mid. no matter what you tell him, he will play great. So if he manages to play, which I don't think he is, solid win for sure. You just gotta get that center mid back in shape, man. Again, you're missing Thiago, who was a complete game changer, and now you don't have that. Either Kimmich steps up, which I'm not surprised if he does.
Yeah, Kimmich.
Or you have someone step up like Goretzka or Tolisso. So we'll see what happens, but I think they're gonna completely dominate that game.
Yeah, I can. That's how it should be. That's how it should pan out. But again, Bayern lost against Frankfurt Eintracht over this last weekend. It's taken a little bit of the shine off of Bayern the last couple of weeks, but definitely something that should happen is Bayern moving forward and maybe not steamrolling Lazio, but should be a good game. It's not go Serie A exactly. Talking about Atalanta versus Real Madrid. So again, this team, Atalanta, who was the dark horse last season, who made it out of nowhere. If we want to go look at their last lineup versus Napoli, as they did beat Napoli 4-2 over this last weekend, yesterday actually. They have some quality players as well, with the Gomez up front, that's not really playing apparently. Zapata is also decent, and Muriel is FIFA legend. FIFA legend.
I don't know if they still have Ilicic playing, but Ilicic solid midfielder for them, who was key last season. Again, this could be a surprising victory again from Atalanta. They have been playing great. Madrid has not. But again, it is Real Madrid. You can't fucking rule them out just yet.
Exactly.
But then is Hazard even going to play? Who the fuck is in the starting lineup? Who started last season for Real Madrid?
Let's start this last victory from
Valladolid.
Was against Valladolid, Cuauhtémoc Blanco's old team. Casimiro, who said, he feels more pressure when he plays Counter-Strike than he does when playing in front of his fans in Madrid, in the Bernabeu.
You started Mariano, then you had Hugo Duro came in as who's Hugo Duro? Who is that?
It sounds like a Spanish porn name.
Asensio started. Arribas came in.
Hugo Duro.
Vinicius Jr. Isco came in. I mean, dude, like you have all these players that are not even known. I don't know if they're giving them time because it's probably
But even then, like if you have a Cruz and a Modric on the field, you should be winning more than 1-0 against Valladolid. Straight up, like those two players in that midfield with Casimiro being the one person that scores. You should really check that out. But again, this game should, on paper, go to Real Madrid.
As the right back, really? Like, can't even start a solid right back. We'll see how it goes for Zidane. I think he is in trouble.
Yeah.
With Madrid. Because I mean, if he doesn't win anything, they're gonna get desperate and they're gonna sack him again.
And then they're gonna be asking for him again a little bit later. But definitely, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen this time, or we get Madrid to move forward with the other big boys in Europe. Speaking of the big boys in Europe, the best team in Europe right now, hottest team, and consistency on point.
Man U?
The other one, Man City, the eventual champions of the Premier League in this season, against Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yes.
Again, a team on paper a game that should go to Manchester City, no questions asked. But Mönchengladbach, I guess, is the feel-good team, and you're rooting for them. They did lose against Mainz. They haven't won since February 3rd. They lost against FC Cologne. That's how you say Cologne.
Really?
Yeah, in German.
Cologne.
They tied against Wolfsburg, but again, they lost against Mainz. It's not looking good for Mönchengladbach. Man City should be running away with this one pretty handedly.
The man in form for Man City right now is Gundogan.
Ilkay Gundogan is just
goals,
on top of it.
In 2021, I think he's the top goal scorer in all Europe's best 5 leagues right now. The man is killing it, dude. Like, look at it. Like their last lineup against Arsenal, they didn't even have a solid striker, and they still won 1-0. When you have so much depth in the team, it's nearly impossible to be affected by COVID or injuries.
Yeah.
Like Just look at the lineup, dude. You got Ruben Diaz, John Stones, Kyle Walker on the bench, Laporte on the bench, freaking Cancelo with Walker on the bench. Like, dude, like.
I was just like, I just wanted to hear
It
Piqué.
one more time.
Yeah, because Piqué says something very, very, very.
Which one? The madre one?
No. Estaban llevando bien. Where is it? There's like, la concha de tu madre.
No. La
There it
concha de
is.
su madre. La concha de tu madre, tú. Oh, Piqué.
You gotta love it. All right, switching
But yeah,
over.
I think City's going to take that.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about Atleti and your Chelsea, did we?
We didn't because
Did you skip that?
no, where I didn't skip it. I was conveniently leaving it under the rug because, look, Chelsea's in form-ish right now, and they're doing well. And
Are you worried?
I am. I really am. Atletico Madrid is leading the La Liga right now,
Suarez.
playing really well. Suarez is playing
You know what Suarez said?
great.
This dude said, Suarez said he doesn't see himself ending in the MLS or in Qatar like other players do. He says he wants to end in the top club, like Atletico Madrid, who is the top team in Spain right now.
Literally the top
And he
team.
said that he's learning so much from Simeone because he's such a great coach. And, dude, I can see that Suarez is killing it. He's 34, and he's probably one of the best strikers this season so far for in the La Liga, top goal scorer. Again, Atletico at home, a fucking fortress.
Yeah.
So hard to score,
Best
and
league
it's
Champions
something that
League.
Chelsea's struggling scoring goals.
And Chelsea has had a history of struggling against Atletico Madrid. We don't have la garra, that passion, the tenacity from
you guys have
Diego.
a tough schedule coming
Diego
up.
Costa. Yes, it is.
Ah.
Look at that.
Atletico tomorrow. Then you got Man U on Sunday. Liverpool on Thursday. Everton on Monday. What do you have after that?
Leeds.
You're chilling.
And then we get Atletico
Atletico
again. And then
you
the
have a couple
quarterfinals.
breaks.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, so I mean,
Wow,
Chelsea.
this next 4 weeks. This next 2
Chelsea
weeks, man.
is doing all right. It's not as good as I'd want them to be doing. They're still in fifth. West Ham won today, so they move up to fourth. West Ham's having a pretty good season. But I don't think it's going to end up like that at the end of the season. Chelsea, I think, is in trouble as far as facing just that great Atletico Madrid side. It's just a complete team. Defensively in the midfield, it's solid. And then again, Suarez is playing in form, and he wants to play. He's happy right now.
Yeah.
But definitely, I want to just say that whatever happens tomorrow, it's okay. There's another game.
It'll be a fun game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun
It's either
game.
going to be a fun game or a
depending-
really boring fucking game.
I could see it being a really
Yeah.
boring game. Something that I saw. I think we're good to just pivot into ELP since we're with Chelsea
of
already.
course, yeah.
I was
Absolutely.
not happy with not that I wasn't happy, but it's like a kind of I told you so
With what?
from to Timo Werner, who at the beginning of the season was like, oh, he was doing great and que no sé qué. But ya le cayó el 20. He finally understood. And here you have Timo Werner, as he's admitting, in the last few months I have been brought down to earth. The players are 1.9 meters tall, brutal physically, and really fast, including the defenders. So he's realizing, that he's just not going to come in and just start destroying like he was in the Bundesliga. It's the best league in the world, the Premier League. So you humble yourself, which is good. Like that's something that he needed, and obviously he's getting back
It's
into
a huge step
form.
up from the whole crying that he had before.
Yeah, I mean, at
Not
least he's
the whole,
admitting it now.
The players are so hard to play in this league. That's how he was before.
Yeah, no, yeah, and so he's just shut up, started getting to work. Last game against,
Start fucking hitting weights, bro.
see.
You gotta start hitting the weights.
that's not gonna help with his height. But
Hey, you know who didn't complain?
who?
Fucking Chicharito.
Hey man, that's a different kind of player. That's a next level player right there. That's
Hey, I'm just speaking facts, man. Chicha never complained.
it's a powered
Chicha
by
fucking killed it in the
tortillas and
Premier
frijol
League.
and salsa. Like nothing scares that guy.
Facts. By
but-
the way, check out his streams on Twitch. He's a really good streamer.
I mean,
I don't even think he plays soccer anymore.
right?
Yeah,
Like
I don't even know. I don't even know, to be honest.
MLS is the thing.
Like he's just been killing it on his Call of Duty streams.
What a
Playing with
response!
face players.
What a response to the response to that quote by Timo Werner. We have a Cavs King 21 saying, "I'm not sure what that has to do with you missing clear chances, Timo." All right, that's okay. That's true. Like it's,
Yeah,
you
fair
can't blame the
enough.
physical monsters when it's just you and the goal that you're just
Fucking
missing
fair
sitters.
enough.
But again, he did score in the last game. He did assist in the last game, so hopefully that's
let's see
turning
where he
for the
goes
best.
tomorrow, man. Let's see what he does against Atletico.
Man, I really, really hope it's good. But yeah, so City is again the hottest team. Let's just crown him.
Yeah,
Crown him,
I mean,
crown him.
I guess at this point you
Crown
kind
him.
of crown him. I fucking hate it because I thought Man U would have a really good chance.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna make Champions League, which is great. It's really great. The question right now to me is, will West Ham make Champions League?
Pinche West Ham. El
Güey,
West
estos
Ham.
cabrones andan jugando bien vergas, güey. Fucking Jesse Lingard scored again,
Which I have a bone to pick with that.
and it's great.
that-
It's
that
Grealish.
goal.
Grealish is just fucking nasty.
Yeah, Grealish
dude.
is está bien perro en ese morro, like
Oh my
Jack-
god, that's
Se
the
llama
guy.
Jack, no?
That's the freaking guy. This pinche Ole wanted, dude, a Man U, and no se lo dieron, güey.
Really? But again, it's this Tottenham side that can nomás no levanta.
No,
Tottenham is
no,
just not
pobrecitos.
with it, man.
Even with King back, dude, like.
I actually paid my San Diego Loyal tickets today, the season tickets. The 2 balls and a mic. Oh, whoop! Everybody already knows. And I was talking to our guy Weston, who is a diehard Tottenham supporter. He said, "Hey, don't give Tottenham too much shit, or else I'm gonna stop listening." Hey, man, I didn't give them the shit. West Ham did.
Oh,
They gave him the business.
bro, Jesse Lingard scored on you guys.
Yeah,
Like,
okay. So
dude.
here's my issue with this. So yeah, you got the score. He celebrates, hammers, Wakanda forever. I'm so happy. Que no sé qué. This is again my issue with VAR. First of all, they gave him offsides. Okay,
Which he wasn't.
which it wasn't, and so now you gotta wait fucking 3 minutes to see the replays. Y que no sé qué, VAR, and then they're like, "Here's the goal."
Celebrates again.
Not only celebrates again.
Don't tell me he slides again. Oh my god, he's still celebrating
The
again.
entire team goes to the corner and celebrates after 2 minutes just standing around. Like, that's what I don't like. Like, just, it's fine. Fist
We
pump.
scored, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you already did your hammers, Wakanda, si lo que quieras. But, Jesus, like, that's what I don't like
man.
about VAR. It just takes that element
I can see
out of
that.
it.
I can
It's
see
just not
that.
as fun. But yeah, so West Ham has a really good chance to make top 4 at this point. Leicester's still up there. Chelsea in the outskirts in 5th place. We were in 4th, but again, with this victory by West Ham, moving them up to 4th.
It's scary, man, because I at the beginning of the season I predicted I actually wanted to see a really like dominant performance in the table from the top clubs. I thought City, Man U, Chelsea, Liverpool, all those would be the first to 6 at least. Whichever order it was, even Tottenham included.
Yeah.
Because they're one of the top teams now. You can arguably say that, right? But then you have West Ham up there. You have Leicester playing like never before again. Everton in 7, Aston Villa in 8. Which, by the way, Grealish plays in Aston Villa, not West Ham. I got them confused.
Yes.
Fucking same colors, dude. Fuck.
Right? What is a West Ham?
Where the fuck did West Ham United come from, though, dude? I don't know. Where they're in 4th place now.
I mean, they've been solid. Hey, man, look.
Look, they've been a quiet
Moyes.
horse.
That's Moyes. That's the
They've
boy.
been a quiet horse, man.
And they're doing a great job. I love their stadium. Their new stadium, those Hammers, is
Yeah.
a really nice stadium.
I mean, dude, it sucks because you have Wolves at 11th, who they were really the West Ham of the seat. Like, they were fighting for that. and, like,
Pobrecito
Jimenez.
Wolves, man. As
You
soon
lose
as
Jimenez and look what happened, dude.
that's the impact,
That's the impact that he had.
That's
Exactly.
the impact that fool had, and it's unfortunate that you took that away from Adama Traore and there's something special they were building with the the treasure trove of Portuguese that you have over puro portugués over in West Ham. I think in Wolves.
Wolves might win the World Cup. Who knows?
And Liverpool again
struggling out of
form,
out of European,
out of everything. Jurgen is just
back
not in
where
it.
they belong. I love to see it.
And not only that, they lost the Merseyside derby.
Yes,
It's a derby against Everton. Yes. I know a couple people that follow Everton.
James was playing crazy this game.
Yes.
He was playing crazy good this game.
Yes, and that's the thing. James still has that quality. You just got to surround him with the right things.
Let's not forget, they got him on a free transfer. Mm-hmm. Free transfer.
And that team last year was still showing those signs. Richarlison was on top of it.
Was it a free transfer? I think so, huh?
Who, Richarlison?
No, James. Or under 50 million.
Yeah, it was cheap. It was cheap. Like, you got him on cheap. Might as well have been free. But Gomes is another good player with Everton. That's
ex-Barcelona player.
Ex-Barcelona player. Like, look, there's that Barcelona DNA that you wanted. Right there. It is right there. You just decided to dish it out. It's the Gerard Deulofeu. Could have been good.
Yeah.
But again, this team, the Everton, the Ancelotti is a really solid team. They started off hot in the season, and they fell off.
I give Ancelotti props.
I give Ancelotti props, and they fell through halfway through the season.
Give him 2 more seasons with this team and let him build the way he wants to. Mm-hmm. I can see them top 3, top 4.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if you have Leicester top 3, top 4, you have West Ham top 3, top 4, at least contending for top 3, top 4. It can be. Yeah. It's not too far.
There's the closest I've seen the Premier League table in a while.
Yeah, and
not just from first, because I mean, City's already 10 points ahead. Mm-hmm. Motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's done. That's done.
But from second to freaking 7th is 9 points.
And then
that's insane, dude. That's scary. As a Man United fan, that's still a little scary.
Yeah. I mean, it's scary. You guys can fall through it. It's anybody's game other than the championship. It's anybody's game at this point.
Pero mi Man U
Man U, they won against Newcastle, I guess.
Yup.
I saw the goal. It wasn't even a goal. What was it? It was una pinche chiripiada.
To be fair, I missed this game.
It was una chiripiada de juego.
I've been trying to save money, so I canceled my Peacock membership.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's because, dude, like, there's only few games that are on Peacock.
Uh-huh.
And it's like $10 a month. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this, dude. I'm not going to give him my money.
That was a good stop. No, it's a ripoff, and Peacock is just living off the fact that The Office is no longer on Netflix.
Yep.
And that's what they're going to keep living off in those pieces of shit, because they took The Office away from everybody that deserves The Office on Netflix.
Except Caesar.
Yeah, no, Caesar doesn't deserve it. The Office is too good.
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford playing really well right now, in form. He loves that left side of his.
Yes, he does.
And he was dominating it. Again, it's Newcastle. And so, you play Newcastle and you don't expect to lose. But again, it was a really good shot by Marcus Rashford. Very Arjen Robben on the left side.
He needed this goal, man. He hadn't scored in a while. This you can tell right now that celebration is like, oh, fucking finally I scored.
Yeah, and it was a really good shot. And granted, the goalkeeper should have done better. That's your post. You're supposed to defend your post. But honestly, like, look, that's just a great shot. It's a great play. He has this 1-2.
You really don't expect a shot in the first post.
You really don't. And then when you do, you got to put that hand bien dura, firm on there. And that was 1-0. Este vato, Saint Maximin is going to play somewhere else. He's going to go to Paris. He's going to go to a bigger club. This kid is just too good from Newcastle. Saint Maximin. Maximin?
I'm not sure.
And so he also had so that was actually in that corner. Saint Maximin got the corner for them, and a good shot and a good save by the hair. And this is actually a really good goal. Boom. Yep. Just slotting it into hair. Just didn't know what to do at that point. 1-1. Good job by Man U. They did go up 2-1. In the 57th minute. It was a great pass, great weighted pass into the area. Was it? It wasn't. Never mind. Think of another one.
Just a through ball like that.
Yeah, through ball. There you go. Still Daniel James. But the third one, if you had a guess, what was the third goal?
Penalty. It says right there, penalty.
Well,
was it a penalty though?
No, I don't think it was a penalty.
Really?
It was a very, very just.
what's the
it
point
was
of
just a
VAR?
tap. It was a tap. Like, he touched them.
Was there contact?
Not enough contact, though. Like,
VAR never lies.
oh, come on.
That's a PK? Right
That
there?
was the PK, yeah. Like, it's not.
Lo pisó.
But look, he jumped like
Pero lo
3
pisó,
seconds
pero lo
after.
pisó, güey.
I guess.
Doesn't matter when he jumps.
And
You
of
stepped
course,
on him.
he's only missed.
What?
Bruno Fernandes has only missed one penalty and was against this goalkeeper, but it ended up going through. Bruno Fernandes now has 28 goals.
Bruno Fernandes is on the road of being in the Ballon d'Or run.
Penandes.
If there ever is another Ballon d'Or, Bruno Fernandes is
yeah.
in that. That's where he's at. He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna go for it, and he could win it if he keeps it up.
But yeah, so that's what we have for EPL. Moving into the Liga MX, right?
Yes.
Liga MX, jornada 7.
So I mean, we're used to Cholos winning and tying.
Yeah.
And they played Tigres. You know, Tigres just came back from that freaking final against Bayern Munich.
Bien prendidos.
3 goles, pinche. Primero, minuto 2, pinche golazo. Oh, man, nothing Orozco could do. Then they keep scoring, about 3-0. Man, my brother's already done with the game. He's not even watching. He goes to the bathroom, he's taking a piss. 2 goles en lo que está mirando mi hermano.
Oh, man.
2 goles de Cholos, dude. Like, I mean,
yeah, it was
at this point, I was just like, sorry. Like, you can't even laugh at them, dude. Just, if they score this on you 2 minutes into the game,
it just pisses you off. There's nothing you can do. It's honestly at this point,
it kills
might as
the
well just
whole
be-
game for you, dude. You're just watching it like
it's an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle,
of
and
course.
I mean, you as a goalkeeper have absolutely nothing to do with that when
Yeah.
it comes to coming back from games. I mean, you do, but you're not responsible for scoring and getting back in there. You're just responsible for stopping them scoring on you. But yeah, Jonathan Orozco couldn't do anything about those 2 first goals, or, you know, just telling his defense off. But yeah, that was not an ideal ending to the game. They did fight to the end. It was 3-0, like you said. Then they came back 3-2, showing la garra, the tenacity, that there's fight in this team. They could have just rolled over and just said whatever, scored maybe 1 goal. But no, they tried to come back throughout the game, and, you know, ultimately didn't really pan out for Cholos, losing their first game in the season 3-2. Moving into, we had the other game of, this game was disgusting. Atlético San Luis and Santos Laguna. There was fights, there was fists, there was red cards here and there. There was red cards that should have been given that weren't given.
Yeah, the ref just lost control of that game, man.
Yes, era un morro, like you could see it, like at the end when he blew the whistle, like he just wanted everything, just like, pobrecito, he doesn't know what's coming. But Atlético San Luis wins 1-0 in that. It was pretty nasty. There wasn't that much soccer happening, so we'll move on from there. Necaxa Monterrey, that ended up being Monterrey tying against Necaxa.
Necaxa's not a bad team, man. They'll put up a fight against anyone. They put up a fight against Chivas last week.
It's hard to go to the Estadio Victoria and get points.
Oh, yeah,
it's hard. It's difficult.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I want to talk about this Cruz Azul game.
Okay. This
shit was fucking comedy, bro.
All right,
There's a clip. I'm pretty sure if you haven't seen it, because you don't watch Mexican soccer, maybe this is the reason why you don't watch Mexican soccer. Shit. This thing was just hilarious. First of all, great through ball for the player to score. Takes it away from the goalkeeper. Open net, misses, hits post. The ball goes to, what's that player that you like?
El Cachetes.
Open net. The ref is in the way. The ball hits the ref and goes to the corner kick, man. What a fucking shame.
Let me see. I'm trying to find a non-copyrighted version of it. This should be it. Oh, man. All right, so here we go. All right, so we have Cruz Azul already winning. Cruz Azul playing really well. I showed everybody how the sausage is made. I left a little window here. But yeah, so 2-0, 35th minute. In the primer tiempo, segundo tiempo. Great ball, great play right there. You're done. You're done. The goalkeeper is out of his area. He's out of it. You're in front. You're behind the last defender. You have all of that space. Just tap it in. I get it. It could have been a difficult angle. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. He didn't tap it.
You're gonna die, clown.
Go home. Why don't you want to go home, Paul?
Shout out to Happy Gilmore, man.
25th anniversary.
Yeah. Did you see that clip?
Yeah, you still got it.
Yeah.
And so
But look what happens here.
hits the post. All right, I guess that this play should have been over. You should have been celebrating. That ball should have been in the net.
Yep.
Everybody should have gone home and
Absolutely.
started running that way. Doesn't happen. Hits the post. Granted, you got all that space. Árbitro, ¿qué estás haciendo? I get it. Cabecita hits it off the ref and out. And here's the thing, everybody comes over. Hey, whoa.
Iba gol, iba gol. Iba gol. You could tell him he was yelling, iba gol.
Okay, I'm sorry.
In the rule book.
In the rule book, el árbitro, the referee is considered as part of the field of play.
I think if that happens, it's a drop ball, right?
Essentially, yeah. I mean, if it needs to be, and I mean, you can't blame your teammate. Blame your teammate. He missed it.
Yeah,
He put you in that situation to be able to hit the referee. Don't be arguing. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué no sé qué? Yeah, no, le tocó.
Yep.
Yeah, it's part of it, and so Cruz Azul did end up winning that game 3-2. Toluca came back, tried to come back.
Imagine they lose 3-2, and it's because of that one play.
But this game did have a couple of really I was watching I've been watching Liga Mexicana, that had some really good goals in it, and it's really good quality play.
Absolutely, man. But yeah, I mean, Chivas playing today against Pachuca at 7 p.m. Hopefully, I'm able to watch the whole game. But if not, it's all good because second half is what matters. But Chivas, my prediction for the Chivas game is that Chivas is going to beat Pachuca 3-1.
3-1, but Chivas victory. They do.
Which, by the way, if JJ Macias scores in this one, he'll be the only other player I think the last player that did this for Chivas was Chicharito, which was to score in the first 5 consecutive games in the season.
Yeah, and it's
to score 5 consecutive games.
No
one has done that for Chivas since Chicharito. Damn. And this game could be it for Macias.
Confirmed Macias to Manchester United. Congratulations, Manchester United. But yeah, so Liga MX, it's exciting. It's great. I'm enjoying it. Hopefully people out there are watching it, catching it. I've just try to catch it. YouTube has great highlights, so you can't catch those on YouTube. We try not to just because we don't want to get copywritten. But yeah.
Yeah, man. Interesting week in the Liga MX, and it'll be another interesting week next week for sure, man.
So
we're looking up.
We're gonna go ahead and move into the NFL.
Oh, nice. NFL, yeah, man. There's a lot of things going on in the NFL.
I mean, let's just start it because
okay.
I'm pretty sad about it.
Oh, well, what are you sad about?
You know what I'm sad about.
What are you sad about?
You know what I'm sad about. I shouldn't have to.
Moment of silence, because Tony's boy has moved on to better and greater things. He had a great run with the Eagles organization. He's not dead. His career is not dead either. If anything, he has a chance of being greater than ever before. With an actual O-line and receivers that can catch the ball. Carson Wentz has moved on from the Eagles organization and signed with the Indianapolis Colts, replacing legendary Phillip Rivers,
Hall of Famer Phillip Rivers,
and becoming QB1 for the Colts in the AFC. Who will be the next starting quarterback for the Eagles?
I mean, Jalen Hurts not going to be next up, though.
Who knows? The organization said that Jalen Hurts is not officially the QB1, as they are still looking at other options in free agency and in the draft.
Carson Wentz did not have a good relationship with the Eagles, and they thought, hey, we're going to go ahead and get this quarterback coach, Nick Sirianni. He's going to go ahead and start fixing him. and then we're like, oh, they got rid of Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson is gone. Like, that was the issue. Like, send Doug Peterson away, and he's going to stay, and Wentz is going to be the future, because he should be the future. He still has it. He just didn't have anybody to protect him. He didn't have anybody to throw to. Now he's going to have everybody to throw to, everybody to protect him. He's going to have a great running game with Jonathan Taylor, Naheem Hines, and it's the worst case, and it's the worst timeline. It's the worst thing that can happen in terms of the future of the Philadelphia Eagles. There's nothing left to do at this point than to cheer for Jalen Hurts, obviously, but talk about it hurting. It hurts. This is a MVP caliber. Thank you for your spoiler out there, for your mofle. But yeah, so I did have somebody up my sleeve. He was part of the
diehard Eagles fan.
Diehard Eagles fan. You know, part of the reason why I even became an Eagles fan at this point was partly because of this person. You know, they rallied for the Eagles in a time that I was lost, in a time that I was in need, in a time that I was teamless. There was nowhere to go. There was nowhere to hide. But this team essentially just embraced me, and I embraced it. I was sour at the NFL. I went up and down the NFL, the AFC, the whatever. Nobody just appealed to me except the Philadelphia Eagles, and in large part to this person. I want to go ahead and welcome our friend, Mr. Juan Manuel. Juan, we lost Carson Wentz.
Yeah, man, that's a tough move right there. I honestly thought that when we drafted him, he was going to be our franchise quarterback, especially after that spectacular 2017 season.
So, talk me through. Obviously, like, let's start at the beginning, because you had a team that had Nick Foles go into the Hall of Fame because he threw 7 touchdowns in one game, and then we thought that was going to be the future, and stuff happened. And then Carson Wentz happened. What did you think when Carson Wentz got drafted? Like, what was that first reaction when you saw BJ Carson Wentz, bro? He got drafted. What did you think?
So with that, ironically, at first I didn't want Carson Wentz for the Eagles. I originally wanted Jared Goff. But after seeing like actual highlight videos, I was seeing Carson Wentz go off at North Dakota State consistently. So I was hyped because our quarterback was Sam Bradford before Carson Wentz.
That's right.
So
disgusting. Pobrecito.
That wasn't the greatest experience because we were pretty much hopping around ever since McNabb left. We've gone from Vic to Foles to Mark Sanchez to Tim Tebow to Sam Bradford. So seeing Carson Wentz and the hype he was getting was actually, it got me hoping for a bright future. And right away when he started with the season, it was good. Right away he made an impact with the Browns, who originally had to pick to draft him and they traded him for us. But it showed promise after his rookie season. He showed a lot of promise. We didn't have that many weapons, but he was still getting it done. He had about, I want to say, 3,200 yards and 16 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, which was promising. But then for his sophomore season, a lot of unexpected events happened as to when we signed Nick Foles for about, I think it was $7 million, which is pretty expensive for a backup. But we also made a big move in committing to the playoff run by signing Alshon Jeffrey. Then we signed LeGarrette Blount. And at that time, which was important, we had one of the healthiest offensive lines in the NFL. And first and foremost, our offensive coordinator was Frank Reich, who is now, ironically, the Indianapolis Colts head coach.
And that might have been it. Like, that might have been, if anything, that's the reason why that he's now an Indianapolis Colt, because of that relationship with Frank Reich. He just got Carson Wentz. He just got him.
So it's interesting because, to me, Frank Reich, I see him as a QB guru. You've seen him have success in San Diego with Phillip Rivers. He gave Andrew Luck the best season of his career.
Yep, and then he threw it away. His career.
He made Jacoby Brissett into a relevant name. And had him in the playoff picture.
And he's a backup. Like, he backed up Phillip Rivers, with people saying we were washed up. Phillip Rivers took the Colts to the playoffs, and Jacoby Brissett was the backup, and that's what he was. He took a backup and did that to him. So he knows what he's doing, Frank Reich.
He does, because in the 2017 season, Frank Reich was our offensive coordinator, and with only 13 games played, Carson Wentz had 33 touchdowns to only 7 interceptions.
So qué pedo, güey? Like, you guys were all about Carson Wentz as the future, and you guys really
even to this
even told me, you know what? Like, he's our boy, he's our guy.
He still is.
Oh, what do you do now? Like, are you all about Jalen Hurts now, or are you hoping something else happens? What happens now?
Well, I am still about Carson Wentz. He's not a bad quarterback. I guarantee you he's going to be a great player in Indianapolis.
No.
But yeah, since that's the move, Jalen Hurts is looking to be our next quarterback. So what I like about him is that I see some of Donovan McNabb.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that hope. He's not going to be as good as Carson Wentz. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He can't make the throws that Carson Wentz can, but he can for sure make runs that Carson Wentz couldn't.
Oh, definitely. Especially now with Wentz, because Wentz, there was a time where he was super mobile, super this, super that, but thanks to your stupid fucking Rams and injuring his ACL, even though he did still score that touchdown, and he came back and stood up and ran another play. Might I remind you, in his journey to lead the Philadelphia Eagles into the Super Bowl, kind of.
Yeah, sure.
That was him. That was Carson Wentz.
And that touchdown was to be the franchise record for most touchdowns in a season by an Eagles quarterback.
Boom.
Wow.
And Carson Wentz
Wow.
is the only quarterback in Philadelphia history to throw 4,000 yards.
Looks like the Colts have such a great player now.
So
They do.
They do. Like, they do.
Here's an example. Name me the receivers he had in 2019 when he led Eagles to the division title when the Cowboys were Super Bowl favorites and even beat the Cowboys for the division title when it was win or go home.
Who did
Name
he
me
have?
the receivers.
Did he have Aguilar?
No.
Was he hurt or what?
Nope. He was already gone.
He was hurt.
He was hurt.
He's
He was
gone.
hurt. Oh, you had that one rookie. What's his name?
Arth-
That you guys picked
Arthega-
over
Arth-
DK Metcalf?
Arthega Whiteside.
Sega Whiteside.
Okay, you got one.
Yeah, because we kept telling you about him. Like,
And you guys had like some freaking nobodies.
yeah, but cones, like literal
Yeah,
traffic
like
cones.
straight up nobodies. I
Like-
know that. I know that. I don't know their
Yeah,
names.
Carson
Who
Wentz
the fuck knows their
was able
names?
to-
This guy.
Oh, of course you know their names. You have to.
Yeah, we had Burnett, we had Rajay Davis, like all these names that were mediocre. But there was one that did come out that was good, and that is Greg Ward Jr., who was a former quarterback.
Yeah, so he was the highlight, and Carson Wentz took that shitty team into the playoffs. So we do have a phone line here at Two Balls and a Mic, and one of our listeners, who just happens to be your friend, at some point did text me throughout the season that he's going to get traded, and he did say the Colts.
He called it from a while back.
And he actually left a voicemail. I want to see what your take is on people who think this, or he was a shit talker the whole time, and Carson Wentz denier.
This message is for Tony. Tony, I warned you back in December. Carson Wentz was going to get traded to the Colts. This was after a couple weeks in the NFL. We saw Philly draft a quarterback who's a baller. We all saw him.
Relax.
Everybody saw him the last couple of weeks.
He
He's a
got benched
baller.
for Ned Sudfeld.
Carson Wentz is not even a top 15 quarterback. I just want to run it back to you again. I don't know if he has a future in the Colts.
What?
He's a
All
good
right.
backup quarterback,
Okay. What?
but I don't see him having a future. Just this message is for
All right. So I mean, obviously,
That's
this
bold.
just insane people that called the Two Balls and a Mic line, clearly drugged. Carson Wentz, not a top 15 quarterback. If you were to say Carson Wentz right now, even after the season he had, he's a top what quarterback?
He's still a top 15 quarterback for sure. He's still a top 15. Again, it didn't help Carson Wentz at the fact that we decided to go into the season with no offensive coordinator.
Yep. So, and that's the thing too. Like, we thought that, okay, they got rid of Doug Peterson. Everybody kept saying Doug Peterson was the issue between him, the organization, Carson Wentz, and whatnot. They get rid of Doug Peterson, and then you still lose your quarterback in Wentz. What was the point then? What was the point of getting rid of Doug Peterson? Please let the people know who is to blame for this.
So it's really the heroes that stayed along so long to become the villain. That is Howie Roseman.
Yep.
Howie Roseman is the real villain in this. And instead of getting us another receiver or a linebacker with the second round pick that was Jalen Hurts, he decided to create QB controversy and draft Jalen Hurts. At that moment, from what the reports are saying, Carson Wentz was done. He was over with the franchise because he felt like, even though he got the contract, they were just already trying to move him, which probably they were.
It's funny because we saw something similar with the Packers, but Aaron Rodgers just said, "Fuck this! I'm gonna have the best season of my career and win and fucking MVP award."
And that's the ceiling that Carson Wentz had at some point. Aaron Rodgers, like, he has the talent, arm strength, athleticism, and everything to be able to be in those names, but you just gotta give him some weapons, and that's the thing too. It's not like we are just like sucking Carson Wentz's whatever.
He's shown the shit. Like he's
if
proven his shit.
If he plays bad and he's making bad decisions, it's not like Philly doesn't call him out. Yeah, he always got called out. Yeah. But I mean, you expect Aaron Rodgers level play. Aaron Rodgers also doesn't get that much help. You should be able to do what you did year in, year out, what you did last year, and get the Eagles to the playoffs. Pero no mames, way, like, some help, something.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with what my friend said. Like, he's not a top 15 quarterback. I don't agree with that. I think he still is. I think he's probably going to see some of his greatest football yet to come, like, honestly.
Yeah, I got to agree with that. The Indianapolis Colts have a top 5 offensive line, so Carson Wentz is going to have time to be able to throw the ball. Yeah. And with Frank Reich, he's going to manage him to actually make the smart throws.
Yeah. And he has everything. Naheem Hines.
He has a running game.
Jonathan Taylor.
He has receivers.
Pittman.
Let's just say he has receivers now.
Receivers who won't give up the number. Did you see that?
Oh, I had a problem with that. Yeah,
Pittman,
I did have a problem with that.
Pittman is his second year incoming now, I think this year, and he had 1 touchdown, 500 yards last season, and he's over here like, I'm not going to give you number 11, even though he didn't wear number 11 in college. He didn't wear number 11 before.
That boy's YouTube channel is blowing up, though.
Pittman?
Yeah, he has a YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, fuck him.
He like vlogs about his games and all that, everything.
Okay. Well, no, you're supposed to give the incoming quarterback, your number. Like, let him pay for it. But what number would Carson Wentz wear, if not 11?
I think he might go with number 1. He could go with number 1 because of his AO1 foundation.
That's Pat McAfee's.
So he could brand it with that.
Pat McAfee's number. I like it.
So he could go with that. And if not that, I'd honestly see like a number 10, just 1 number down.
I like it.
So with the Eagles, now you have Jalen Hurts, who's not officially your QB1 yet, according to the team. And then I look at other options still.
Right? Like,
which, I mean, as an Eagles fan, how would you feel if they drafted another quarterback?
Because it'll be Justin Fields more than likely if it were to draft another quarterback.
My question would be, what does Howie have to do to get fired? Like, if he drafted Jalen Hurts to be the Carson Wentz replacement, but now he's going to draft one with the 6th pick overall, then that was just a waste.
Yeah.
And again, like, we went into last season going with practice squad linebackers. We probably had the worst linebacking core in all the NFL.
Yeah, tight ends were just killing you guys every game. No matter who the tight end was, they were killing it.
And speaking of tight ends, I mean, Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is another player who's probably on his way out. And just, that's... I identify a lot with Carson Wentz and this whole situation just because I've lived this before. This is Drew Brees all over again. This is Drew Brees in the San Diego Chargers. You have an up-and-comer, sure, Phillip Rivers. Maybe, obviously, Phillip Rivers is better than Jalen Hurts at this point. And so you saw that talent. But losing a quarterback in his young career, he's going to go somewhere else, and he's going to be surrounded with what he needed. Maybe not entirely what he needed, but he does. But what he needed, and he's going to end up winning a Super Bowl. Like, he's going to end up winning Super Bowls, probably.
Not next year, though.
It could be.
Next year, some of these Rams. Next year, some of these Rams.
The Rams? No.
Stafford?
I'll give the Rams that. Like the Rams are for sure a Super Bowl favorite. But you also gotta remember the Colts have the top 5 defense as well.
No, true. True that. Very true.
Like they're a top 5 team on both ends, offensively and defensively.
I want to see.
And that's without free agency. So we still don't know what else they might add.
True, very true. I want to see how the Colts will become one of the dominant teams in the AFC, and then eventually put up a fight against the Chiefs. That'd be exciting to watch. Carson Wentz against Mahomes.
I mean,
that would be exciting.
It's going to be really interesting, and especially next year, you have the Texans imploding, you have the Titans, who I think have hit their ceiling as far as what they can do, especially while still having Tannehill. Who else is in that division? The Jaguars, who are with Urban Meyer, they're going to have Sunshine. Trevor Lawrence come down, and they're going to they're going to
Sunshine,
or you could just call him Freddie. And that was one of the things that. This division is just so open. It was so open for Phillip Rivers just to take it, and he kind of did. But Carson Wentz, and there's just a different animal, and it's gonna be hell. We know somebody who is a Colts fan, and shall be left unnamed. Fuck that guy. And he's been letting you know, and like legitimate Colts fan. Like in fantasy football, it's a strategy of mine, and it has been to get Colts players just so later in the season I could just trade bait them and just say, hey. T.Y. Hilton. Hey.
T.Y. Hilton.
So, I mean, just he
oh, man.
How's that
interaction get
been?
all the shit talking from him.
It already started. Jeez.
So, under this context, my picture under him is Carson Wentz, and the Colts is already photoshopped there perfectly. Every day I'm hearing him say, like, show me highlights. He's showing me highlights of Carson Wentz.
That's fucking genius. I love that.
No.
That we really gifted him a quarterback like that. And it sucks because his contract's still there, so they got him for a good 3-4 more years.
Yeah. It's locked down. And look, he's in the middle of Jesus land in Indianapolis. Frank Reich is all about the Jesus. He's about the Jesus. Every team is about the I think Frank Reich actually baptized half of the Colts last year. Like there was a bunch of Colts that got baptized into it. He's about the culture. Everybody loves the guy. He's a great coach and great head coach. And it's just scary what the Colts can do next year. But let's move on from pain. Just really quick thank you, Juan, for your time. Before we let you go, last year we had the Community COVID Shield, and in the Community COVID Shield, the soccer virtual tournament, the best highlight that came out of that game was your Marcial scoring a bicycle kick in a losing effort, but nonetheless, that was the highlight of the entire tournament. So we felt that it would be only appropriate. Like we were going to enter the tournament, but I'd just say like, you'll go ahead and join the tournament. If you wouldn't mind representing 2 balls and a mic, you'll go ahead and choose the teams. We're going to cheer.
You're going to be our horse.
Very biased cheer for the teams that you choose if you're down with that. So if you want, you can go ahead and give me the 3 teams that are going to represent us.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. First and foremost, I got to go with the best team in the world, Manchester United.
Which disgusts me is that I'm going to have to cheer for this because this is,
It's another story. We're Bruno now in FIFA there.
True.
Oh, yeah, my fault. Bruno United.
Yep. Bruno Ballon d'Or.
Penandes. Okay, Man U. Who would be, if you're unable to get Man U?
Inter.
Nice. Inter, who just won 3-0 today against some piece of shit team, but nonetheless, it was a really, really good team right now. And the number 3 team?
Number 3 team, I'm going to go with Juventus.
Juve.
What is their name?
Calcio Piemontino.
Piemonte.
Calcio, which is calcium in Spanish. Also, one last thing. Again, thank you, Juan, for joining us. What are your thoughts and feelings about The Miz cashing in his Money in the Bank against Drew McIntyre and becoming the new WWE champion at Elimination Chamber yesterday? Please.
So I was actually extremely hyped about that. I was having a regular old Sunday, woke up from a nap, was looking on Twitter, and then randomly I just see The Miz trending on Twitter. I'm like, what's even going on? So apparently he had the money in the bank, which I didn't even know.
Yes, he did.
And I believe Drew was the champion at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it just did the Elimination Chamber. So he was already beat up and all that. Bobby Lashley comes in, as my dad calls him, el que no tiene cejas, el de las orejitas.
Las orejitas.
Comes in and beats him up more. And then the Miz's music just hits. He hits the DDT, doesn't pin him. Hits his famous, yes. He hits his finisher. And honestly thought that it was going to be one of those failed cash-ins where he just overcomes it. But the fact that it hit the 3, man, I actually got hyped watching the replay. As you know, Tony, that was like one of my favorites, especially back in the day, mainly because that dude was on MTV Real World.
Real World. He was a reality TV star turned wrestler. His whole persona in the real world, this is when you were probably in first grade, was that he wanted to be WWE wrestler and champion, and he made it happen.
In the Catholic school.
He is now a two-time WWE champion?
I believe so.
2-time.
Yeah, because
I
think the last time he won it was a decade ago.
And he successfully defended it against John Cena in WrestleMania in New York. You don't in the main event.
Is he a multi-Latin Grammy Award winner like Bad Bunny and winning the 24/7 championship? What's
Hey!
Right
What?
That's who beefing with him right now. The Miz and Bad Bunny are beefing.
They are. That's a feud.
Oh shit! Estoy en mi peak.
Oh man. No, I mean you definitely. I mean you deserve this one.
Hey.
All right. But again, thank you for joining us, Juan. Really appreciate it. You're going to go ahead and be a representative in the community COVID shield. It's a very sad time to be an Eagles fan right now, but yet somehow, the Eagles are going to win the division next year. I don't know how, but the Eagles are going to win the division next year. Or what do you honestly think, Juan?
I think that next season we'll do no better than 6-10, but it'll be improvement.
Yeah.
And I think we'll be contending for the division in the next season because we've cut Alshon Jeffrey, we've cut Sean Jackson. So we're just opening cap and going to go with young players right now to develop them. I do think, because that's one thing I love about being an Eagle fan, we're not bad for long. So usually we bounce back real quick. With Chip Kelly, we won the Super Bowl. After Andy Reid happened, we got Michael Vick.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Andy Reid era, we went to like 5 NFC conference championships. So I have trust in our new coach. So he'll do what he can unless Howie stops him.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's what we have to fight against is Howie Roseman. But hopefully it'll go ahead and just turn around next season and fly Eagles fly, man, because definitely need it. Let's go. Thank you,
sir.
Juan.
Oh, yeah, wait, before we leave,
yeah,
just want to give a little quick shout out. Thank you, Carson Wentz. This was impossible without you.
Him. 100%.
Nice.
Do not ever forget that. If it wasn't for Carson Wentz, Nick Foles, that statue would never be outside. Philly would have never happened, and probably Tom Brady would have won his 8th last Super Bowl. So, thank God for.
Just remember, Nick Foles number 9, Carson Wentz number 11. Never forget.
Absolutely, 100%. Never forget. Really appreciate your time.
Fuck Jared Goff.
Yeah, fuck Jared Goff.
Hey, we told you.
He gave Tom Brady one, motherfucker.
He really did. Just rolled over. Here you go.
Oh, now he's in shitty Detroit. Have fun.
All right, hope to talk to you guys when the Mets play the Padres.
Yep, 100%. Appreciate it. All right, that was fun. I'm sad now because it's true. We lost Carson Wentz. We lost a potentially legendary quarterback through, you heard, just number 1 in quarterbacking when it comes to Eagles.
Winning quarterback. Quarterbacking. That's a stat.
Yeah, no, it's a verb. It's I quarterback, you quarterback, quarterbacking, plural.
Quarterbacking.
Yeah, quarterbacking. The act of quarterback-esque.
Quarterback ass.
Sure. But of course, there's also, a lot of free agents still out there in the NFL. We can go ahead and move it on into, hey, we had 2 episodes last week. We might be able to do that this week. Or again, it's the NFL offseason, so we can go ahead and just talk about Stafford, talk about JJ Watt, talk about everybody who's on the move a little bit in the next episode. However, I did want to go ahead and quickly mention the fact that it's monumental what's been happening here in San Diego in the last couple of weeks, because Fernando Tatis Jr. has signed a 14-year, $340 million deal to stay a San Diego Padre, pretty much at this point, a San Diego Padre for life, not that one. But definitely, I mean, ¿dónde está la cancioncita? ¿Dónde está la cancioncita? I want it. I need it. That's definitely not it.
Let's go, Padres.
Let's go. There it is.
Yeah.
So,
good for you, man.
I'm really happy. Where's my little flag?
I say we ended with this theme song instead of 2 balls in the mic.
I'm down with it, but definitely just want to hear Tatis say
a few words.
Say a few words about exactly what he's going to do here in San Diego, and then we'll go ahead and end it. Thank you to Tacos El Vaquero on 3rd Avenue in front of 3 Punks Ale. Going to go ahead and shout out Fierce Beats. Go ahead and check out Fierce Beats, and go ahead and check out PB European and Imports over in PB. If you need your car fixed, go ahead and check them out. Ask for Coach Alex. They are the guys who run
2 balls in a mic.
San Diego Intervention, 2 balls in a mic. You can go ahead and get a special deal.
In my career, every coach that
That's
has
his voice?
put their part.
Yeah, es un morro dominicano, vato.
I've never heard him speak.
You've never heard him speak?
No.
It's because he talks like this, and he's niñito.
They know who they are, and I just want to say thank you. And you know, I'm embracing this moment right now. It just feels great.
Become a multi-fucking millionaire.
You know, when you're just a kid dreaming on the field, when my dad was playing, and I see myself playing
Everyone's
with
set for life. Everyone's set for life.
Being one of the
his
best
dad was an MLB
all
player.
the time, and now it's getting more complete.
So no era morro de barrio?
I mean, kind of.
I'm just
barrio.
grateful for everything and to the city of San Diego.
Yeah, that's us. He's talking about us.
I'm just grateful for everything and to the city of San Diego.
That's us. What up?
We're here to stay, and I love this city. I love the fans. I love the culture. I love the vibe. And
I love the vibe.
I'm all about winning. I'm all about winning in San Diego.
All about winning in San Diego. We got 14 years of this, motherfuckers. You better watch it.
Cool.
We're coming for you, motherfuckers.
Challenge accepted.
Fuck you. Thank you for joining 2 Balls in a Mic.
Thank you guys. What a great episode.
See you guys next
week.
Next week.